Thought I would give a little update on the Ford here, the Ford project, the extreme budget Cummins swap deal. These Fords are pretty neat. Like, I'm a Dodge guy. I love a first gen, I love a second gen. Man, this Ford's really, the interior's nice, everything's kind of nice on it. So anyway, purchase price, $5,000 paid for this, Canadian. So far, I didn't make an update on it because I wanted to sell as many parts as I could before I kind of talked about it a little bit, but things take a little bit of time when you want to do it on extreme budget, so you gotta wait for the opportunities to happen, and you gotta grab things when they come, and you gotta sell it when it happens. And so we paid $5,000 for this truck when I started, picked it up for $5,000, sold the bumper. It was a fancy aluminum bumper, like a Hurd aluminum bumper it had on it. The engine was like toast, but I sold the engine. I've sold the automatic transmission, kept the transfer case there. So engine sold, transmission sold, front bumper sold, and it had an Edge CT tuner in it. So as of today, right now, I've got $4,500 back from my $5,000 purchase price. So this thing sitting here right now is a $500 rolling chassis. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So just to show you the truck too, this is a really cool truck. And now this whole truck cost me $500. I still got the transfer case from the truck. I still got a ton of parts. I kept a whole pile of stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna need for the swap, so I just kind of kept everything as much as I could. Alternator I still have, but man, this thing's fancy. Wood grain, leather, sunroof. Let's see if I can turn this around as I'm videotaping. Nope, I can't. So, yeah. Pretty fancy truck. I haven't even cleaned anything up yet. WeatherTech floor mats. It's a pretty cool rig. So, yeah, man, this is the extreme budget Cummins swap truck, and I don't know what I'm gonna do for drivetrain yet, because that truck out there, that's a 2002. It's a 6-speed VP44 truck. That's a really neat drivetrain. That could go in there. I bought that truck dirt cheap too, man. Drove that thing home. This is this one I just picked up. This is the one that they said didn't run. We got it running, drove it home. It's got a brand new injection pump on it. It's got the old Canadian, the rust bodywork on it, but this is how most of the stuff nowadays is around here. It's pretty hard to find like a really mint truck. You got to pay a huge bucks. So this one is cool because the interior is super clean, like unbelievable. It's a rubber floor mat. I haven't cleaned anything up on it, but just like, man, it's a beauty. So that's also a decent drivetrain swap even for putting in the Ford, but I love a 12 valve. I want a 12 valve. I want a manual trans. I want the T-case to be manual shift. Like I don't want none of that fancy crap where you got to switch the buttons to get four-wheel drive and 3 different modules and 15 different fuses that have to work to get four-wheel drive to work. 12 valve manual trans, manual shift T-case. That's what's going to be in this truck, man. You know, so let's say I'm at $4,500 I've got back from the vehicle so far. I paid $5,000. If I was super cheap, I could sell those fancy wheels off of there. I'd be in the plus. I could sell these wheels and get some steel ones, but I'm pretty happy with the $500 purchase price that we're at so far. So that's kind of the start of the build. There's still an inverter in the back of this thing. I could sell the inverter. It's got a really nice tonneau cover. I think I'll keep that. We'll see. So yeah, kind of doing the budget build here, and under the hood, I'll show you that. She's empty. Lots of room for a real engine to go on there now. But yeah, I kept all the wiring, like all the wiring that I took out. I kind of marked everything, tape on everything, marked the sensors, EGR. You never know what you're gonna need. I haven't done one of these swaps before on this exact style of truck, like a 2008 to 2010. So every single piece I took off, I just kept all the sensors out of the engine. What's all this stuff? Yeah, like everything I marked. AC, so that, you know, when I go to hook everything back up, I can make it work. But yeah, that's the update. Oh, well, there's even more going on here. The old Mustang's chilling in the backyard. This truck's cool. This is that California truck. Doing kind of a whole deal to it. Killer dowel pin, pump timing, head bolt retorque, putting a new exhaust manifold on it, doing all the pump mods that I do, lift pump modifications. I gotta get something to hold the damn phone because this doesn't work that well, but this is a really cool truck. And this is the gentleman that lives up in Yukon, and he sent it, shipped it down here to kind of have it hot rodded. And this one's really cool. The front diff we have completely apart, ring and pinions out. Pinion bearing had, I don't know if you can see it there. The old pinion bearing, like it's actually melted. This would have been glowing red. It's all kind of tilted over, and so that's happening to that. Yeah, lots of stuff on the go. What else do I got? I got these 2 aluminum LS engines. Still don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Me and my buddy were talking about building a junkyard only drag car. Like try to get everything we can from the junkyard. Like even the body of the car, the axle, the engine, maybe even the transmission. Just try to build a junkyard drag car. And I think it would be crazy quick. Like the aluminum LSs can make 1,000 horse to the tire on all stock internals on the Gen 4 rods and pistons. So like 800 horse, 850 horse in a 3,000 pound car is an 8-second car. So yeah, what else did we have on the go around here? There's always a lot of neat stuff on the go, but just thought I'd give a little update.